Have you ever looked in the mirror and realized you don't recognize the person staring back at you? That happened to me. Not because I changed, but because someone changed everything around me, without my permission. My name is Ivy, and I went missing on the night of my 18th birthday. But here's the strangest part. I didn't even know I was missing, until I saw my own face on a milk carton, years later. Would you know yourself if your whole life turned out to be a lie? Let me know what you think. The morning of my 18th birthday is stitched into my memory like a patchwork quilt. So warm, it's almost painful to touch. Sunlight spilling through my window. My mom humming as she whipped up strawberry pancakes drowned in whipped cream.
18 today!
She laughed, spinning me around in the hallway like I was still her little girl. My dad peeked in from the garage, grease on his hands, his grin soft and tired.
Don't grow up too fast, kiddo,
he said. I had everything. The laughter, the love, the feeling that nothing in the world could go wrong. Maybe that's why what happened next cracked reality wide open. Like someone ripped a reel from a fairy tale and spliced in a thriller. My best friend Emily was supposed to come over for a birthday sleepover. We'd planned it for weeks. Matching pajamas, scary stories, popcorn in our hair by midnight. But she never showed up. Around 6, the lights flickered. My mom shrugged it off.
Old wiring.
By 7:13, the power died completely. At first, it was a game. Candles, shadow puppets on the wall, giggles in the dark. Until Sparky, our dog, started barking. A harsh, desperate sound. Then, crash. Silence. That stomach-dropping, world-splitting silence that only comes before something terrible. I padded out of my room, heart throbbing so hard it drowned out my thoughts. Mom? No answer. I turned the corner. A woman I'd never seen before. Flame red hair, a long coat, eyes that never blinked, stood over my mother, who was slumped on the floor. She looked right at me and smiled.
Hello, Luna.
And then the world went black. What would you do if a stranger knew your name and your parents didn't wake up? I came to in a room that reeked of lavender and bleach. The bed was creaky and foreign, the blanket itchy on my skin.
You're safe now.
Where's my mom?
You're confused, Luna. You had a bad dream. You've always lived with me.
No, I told her my name. She told me I was wrong.
No, sweetheart. Your name is Luna. Don't make up stories. It upsets me.
That day, she took my blue birthday dress and burned it in the fireplace. I watched it turn to ash and learned what true fear was. Not of monsters under the bed, but of someone erasing you slowly, memory by memory. We moved all the time. Cities, motels, backwoods cabins. No school, no friends, no internet. She cut my hair short, dyed it, made me believe I was sick. Too fragile for the world. I clung to scraps of memory, pancakes, sunlight, Sparky. But over years, remembering hurt so much I started to let go. Some days, Ivy and strawberry mornings felt real. Others, I wasn't sure if Ivy was ever real at all. Questions made her angry, and anger made her cruel. People think losing freedom is the worst thing, but it isn't. It's losing your memory of freedom. That's what breaks you. I was 26 when it happened. One ordinary morning, an envelope appeared under my pillow, sealed with wax. No name, no note. Inside, a photo. A girl in a blue dress. A woman, younger and smiling, her arm around me. My mother. On the back, in shaky handwriting, "Your name is Ivy. Find the truth before it's too late." I didn't cry or scream. I just remembered the pancakes. My real birthday. Sparky's howl as someone locked the door. For the first time, I felt something ignite in my chest. A spark. What would you do if your whole identity was stolen? How do you prove who you are when someone spent years scrubbing you out? She found the photo a week later. Her hands shook, face drained of blood.
Who gave you this?
I stared through her. She smashed things, tore up books, broke lamps, raged for hours as if violence could erase proof. Locked me in the basement, without food, shivering in the dark for 2 days. But the fear didn't stick this time. Because now I knew. The only power she had was the power I gave her. One night, she left her laptop open with a cup of tea beside it, half finished. Her password? Luna Forever 123. I'd watched her type it in for months. Emails, documents, a folder labeled Adoption Files Backup. Inside, forged birth certificates, fake IDs, even my obituary. She'd made the world believe I was dead. Would you face your captor, or run and never look back? I chose freedom. Days turned into weeks as I planned. I hoarded crackers, memorized lock clicks, mapped every route in the house. Waited for the night she took too many pills and passed out cold. I ran. Barefoot, bleeding, stumbling through mud and rain until I reached a gas station miles away. The clerk dialed 911 as I collapsed. When the police came, I told them my name. Ivy Mason. I've been missing for 8 years. At the hospital, kindness felt as strange as moonlight in a locked room. Nurses asked questions. Some I answered. Some I just shook my head. Your full name? Ivy Mason. How old are you? 26. The first number that felt true. The DNA test took days. It felt like a lifetime, waiting. Ms. Mason, your DNA is a match for Ivy Mason, missing since your 18th birthday. I should have felt joy. Instead, I felt dizzy with everything I'd lost, and everything I'd finally reclaimed. News stories exploded. Missing girl found after 8 years. Ivy's story. Lost girl, new hope. People came out of nowhere, offering theories, demanding answers, gossiping. I was a headline, not a person. Nothing prepared me for seeing my parents again. My real mom's arms sliding around me, trembling. The tears, the guilt.
We never stopped looking for you.
Maybe I chose to believe her. Could I ever really come back to a life I could barely remember? Then the truth unraveled further. Police discovered the woman who'd taken me was my aunt, my mother's own sister. Not a stranger. Family. The one who should have loved me most. Greed had twisted her into something monstrous. An inheritance that she wanted. Enough to erase her own niece. How do you recover from that? I started therapy. I made a promise. I wouldn't be Luna, the ghost girl. I'd be Ivy, a survivor, even if I was stitched together with scars. Rejoining life was strange. People stared, some whispered. A few reached out. Not because of my story, but because they wanted to know me. Slowly, I learned to belong again. Clubs, books, laughter. Awkward at first, but real. The truth is, life after trauma isn't a fairy tale ending. It's hope, relit each morning, a steady trudge toward something better. No matter how dark it gets, morning always comes. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just keep walking toward the light. If you've ever felt lost, remember Ivy's story. Would you forgive the family who betrayed you? Or is the wound too deep? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you never want to miss a story that reminds you light survives the darkest night. Because every story deserves to be told. And every voice, especially yours, deserves to be heard. I came to in a room that reeked of lavender and bleach. The bed was creaky and foreign, the blanket itchy on my skin.
You're safe now.
Where's my mom?
You're confused, Luna. You had a bad dream. You've always lived with me.
No, I told her my name. She told me I was wrong.
No, sweetheart. Your name is Luna. Don't make up stories. It upsets me.
That day, she took my blue birthday dress and burned it in the fireplace. I watched it turn to ash and learned what true fear was. Not of monsters under the bed, but of someone erasing you slowly, memory by memory. We moved all the time. Cities, motels, backwoods cabins. No school, no friends, no internet. She cut my hair short, dyed it, made me believe I was sick. Too fragile for the world. I clung to scraps of memory. Pancakes, sunlight, Sparky. But over years, remembering hurt so much I started to let go. Some days, Ivy and strawberry mornings felt real. Others, I wasn't sure if Ivy was ever real at all. Questions made her angry, and anger made her cruel. People think losing freedom is the worst thing, but it isn't. It's losing your memory of freedom. That's what breaks you.